I can't hear you.
What are you filming?
The building.
What?
It's a beautiful building. How you doing?
You're good to record, man. I just want to know what's going on. That's it.
Now you're recording the building. Excuse me?
We just got called on you recording. We want to know why.
Oh, recording the building.
What's that?
Recording the building.
For what?
It's a beautiful building.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
You doing it for like a project or anything, or for your own?
Just recording, man. Just recording.
You got ID on you by chance?
ID for what?
For me to check to see who you are.
Nah, I don't. I left my ID in my other jeans pocket. Sorry.
You got nothing?
Nah, I got nothing.
Let me get a name on you if you don't mind.
Which name you want?
The name that you go by?
I go by plenty of names. When I was in middle school, they called me Skinny Minnie.
What's your
When I was in high school, they called me Chocolate Thunder.
What's your real name?
Now, my real name. What do you need my name
like
for?
Your legal name.
For what?
Because I want to check to see who you are. You're wearing a mask. You're recording.
Okay.
You're being evasive.
Okay. Anything illegal in that?
No, but I'm doing my job.
Oh,
You're doing your job.
Okay, well, do your job.
Well, you're obstructing the sidewalk, so that
How? Everybody can walk by. I'm standing right here.
You can't be standing in one spot.
Why can't I?
Because the law states that.
What's illegal about it?
All right, guys. Welcome back to the channel. What you're about to watch is a textbook example of how too many police officers believe their word is law, and how quickly they abandon the Constitution the moment a citizen doesn't submit. This interaction starts simple. Just a man standing on a public sidewalk, filming a building. That's it. No crime, no disturbance, no threat. But instead of respecting clearly established rights, officers immediately assume authority equals obedience. You'll see how quickly a lawful activity turns into an unlawful fishing expedition, complete with demands for ID, vague accusations, and outright lies to justify detention. This is exactly why these videos matter. This is why knowing your rights is critical. And as always, the camera doesn't lie, even when officers do. Watch closely, because every second of this encounter exposes how fragile authority becomes when it's challenged by knowledge.
What's illegal about it?
Let me get your first name.
You're not getting my name. Call your supervisor.
You want me to call my supervisor?
Call your supervisor.
Right.
Call your sergeant, call whoever.
Until you want to send over a supervisor, I have a mail recording refusing to give me his name, or his legal name, I should say.
How you gonna come out here? How you gonna you came out once you got out the car? You said I wasn't doing nothing wrong, and then you asked me for ID. How?
Yeah.
That don't make no sense. You gotta. What's your?
Know what you're doing.
What's your rash?
My rash is that you have a mask on.
Okay.
You got shades on.
Okay.
You're recording outside.
You got shades on. Okay.
I don't have a mask.
You're recording outside of a bank too.
You're right. I am.
You doing the same thing I'm doing.
I'm acting as an official of the government.
Okay, and I'm taking pictures. Anything wrong with me taking pictures? That's all I want to know.
The bank is pretty odd.
Okay, well maybe I was born odd. Maybe, I don't know.
It's fine if you are, but it's just a bank is kind of weird.
Okay.
Are you scoping it out?
I'm looking at the building.
I understand.
It could be any type of building. I'm just looking at it. You see?
That's cool, man.
Yeah. Just can't come out here and just demand. I mean, you just demand ID from anybody out here. What is this? How long you been on the force?
I got called to this call, man.
Okay, but how long you been on the force? Yeah, but when you came out here, you see it was a guy standing.
The moment officers approach, you can already hear the confusion in their questions. What are you filming? Why are you recording? These questions alone tell you everything. Filming in public is not a crime, and motive does not matter. Yet officers push anyway, hoping the citizen talks himself into trouble. When that fails, they immediately escalate to ID demands, without reasonable suspicion, without a crime, without legal grounds. The auditor stays calm, polite, and consistent. He doesn't argue emotionally. He asks questions that expose a lack of legal authority. And that's when the tone changes. You can hear the frustration building. Officers don't like being challenged, especially when they know they're wrong. This is where ego replaces law, and enforcement turns into intimidation.
Out here doing nothing wrong. What's the problem? You should have went inside there and told them, hey, this guy doing nothing wrong.
Well, you're recording outside of a bank.
What's wrong with that?
With a mask on.
What's wrong with that, officer? What's the name and badge number?
Suspicious.
What's your name and badge number?
Goldfarb 522.
Who?
Goldfarb 522.
Goldfarb, all right. And where you guys police department at?
You don't know where you're at?
I know I'm in Millburn. Where's the police department?
It's on Essex Street.
Okay. But I'll probably have to stop by there.
You should.
You demand an ID with no crime. You gotta have a crime to demand ID. You know that? How long you say you've been on the force?
A while.
You don't know you gotta have a crime to demand ID? You didn't know that?
You know the law that if I ask you for ID, you have to give it to me.
That's
Without
the
doing it,
law.
it's
If
actually
you
obstruction.
ask me, hold on.
I asked you for your ID.
You
said
asked
no.
me for ID, that means I could politely decline.
Well, now I'm asking you for your information, which you're
Okay.
failing to give.
Well, am I being detained right now?
You're not able to leave yet.
But am I being detained?
You're not able to. You're not free to leave.
But am I being detained? So you're detaining me for no crime right now. That's what you're doing right now.
You're not leaving. You're staying put.
So you're detaining me.
Did I tell you can leave?
Are you detaining me? It's a simple question. Are you detaining me or you're not detaining me? Which one you doing? You're detaining me or you're not detaining me?
Now comes the classic move, labeling lawful behavior as suspicious. A mask, sunglasses, filming a bank, none of these are crimes. None justify detention. Yet the officer stacks them together, hoping suspicion will magically appear. It doesn't. The citizen calls it out immediately. He asks the most important question anyone can ask in these encounters. What crime am I suspected of? And notice, there is no answer. Instead, the officer talks in circles, repeats himself, and leans harder on authority. This is the moment where the encounter could have ended peacefully. Instead, the officer doubles down. Big mistake. Because now the camera has captured an officer inventing reasons that don't exist under the law.
Which one?
Which one you want to go with?
I just want to know because I'm ready to be free to go. You detaining me?
No, you call for my supervisor, so my supervisor's going to come out.
Yeah, your supervisor's going to probably train you on, if you say you've been on the force for a long time, your supervisor might train you and tell you that you just can't demand ID. How you doing? Can I get your name and badge number?
Officer Reed, 567.
Officer who?
Reed, 567.
Name and badge number, sir?
Male out of Newark, 40 years old.
Name and badge number?
Greenbush 578.
Greenbush. I like that name, Greenbush.
What's your name, sir?
I don't get my name.
That's fun. How you doing today?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. I was doing good until this officer here, I don't know his name, but this officer tried to, I don't know, man. I don't know.
You need anything from us?
I don't, look, this is what I got.
You all good?
Yeah. Are you detaining? Am I still under detention, sir? Am I still under detention? Sir? Am I still under detention?
What'd they say? Are you guys?
You put me under detention. They didn't put me. They said they gone. You put me under detention.
You don't have to cry. It's all right.
Yeah, but you put me under detention.
Here's where it gets serious. The officer tells a citizen he's not free to leave, but refuses to say he's detained. This is a constitutional red line. You can't have it both ways. Either someone is free to go, or they're being detained. And detention requires reasonable suspicion of a crime. The citizen calmly, repeatedly asks for clarity. The officer dodges every time. This is not confusion. This is deliberate. Officers know the words matter. They know saying detained without cause creates liability. So instead, they stall. This is unlawful detention in real time, and the citizen knows it. That calm persistence, that's what breaks the spell of false authority.
Detention. I got things to do. You just detaining me for no reason.
How you doing?
How you doing?
Good.
Name, badge number?
Lieutenant McMillan, 664.
Lieutenant, how you doing?
Good, yourself? What's going
I'm
on
good.
today?
Your officer here put me under detention for no crime, just standing on the sidewalk taking pictures.
Okay, all right, so
Can you let your officer know that he just can't demand ID and put me under detention for no crime at all?
okay. So, obviously, we're interacting because Wells Fargo called, right?
Okay.
Which, you're allowed to be on this sidewalk, film all you want, record
Yes,
all you
sir.
want, okay? As long as you don't go in there and disrupt them, you can stand out here all you want and record all day long, all right? And just don't block any passageway of people trying to get through.
Of
Other
course
than that,
not.
there's no reason to identify you. I can
No,
care
I
less
know
what
you.
your name is.
You ain't got to tell me, but you need to tell your officer here,
You know.
because maybe he didn't know. He said he been on the force for a long time.
Okay.
These officers here was great. They came out, see what I was doing, see nothing wrong. They said, we're going to leave. This
I know.
guy wanted to put me under
And
detention.
we're going to leave too.
So am I still under detention?
No, you're not under detention.
You said I can't go. That means you detaining me. You said I can't leave. All right. Well, am I under detention now? Am I under
You're
detention
absolutely
now?
free to leave, okay?
All right. Thank you.
All right.
Have a good day.
Y'all have a good day too, and be safe, man.
You too, buddy. I like the gimbal.
When supervisors arrive, everything changes and fast. Suddenly, the tone softens. Suddenly, rights are acknowledged. The lieutenant confirms exactly what the law says. Filming in public is legal. ID is not required. And standing on a sidewalk is not a crime. Just like that, the entire justification collapses. No apology, no accountability, just quiet retreat. This is why officers hate supervisors showing up on camera. Because the law can't be bent once someone higher up is forced to acknowledge it. The citizen is officially cleared, free to go, and validated, while the officer who escalated stands exposed.
Thank you. Be careful before you put people under detention.
I didn't put anyone in detention.
Yeah, park it like you got some sense. Park it like it's hot. Park it like it's hot. Here we go, guys.
Hello? How you doing, sir?
I'm great.
I mean, you got all the rights to record. I'm just, she wants to know why.
Let them know that.
All right.
I already know.
Okay.
She don't.
All right. Why are you recording though?
I don't need to answer those types of questions.
I mean, it is a business. They would just like to know why you're
I don't
recording.
need to answer those types of questions. You know that.
441. What's your story?
Explain to her what you just tried to tell me. I already know. She's getting education now.
You got your warrant?
Huh?
You said you had a warrant to be out?
Yeah, I got several.
Can I see it?
No.
What do you mean?
Why would I show you?
What? You're on the property doing what you're doing.
Well, first of all, I'm not on your property, dumbass.
All right, man. What's your name?
Yeah.
But the story doesn't end there. Another confrontation unfolds, this time involving civilians who believe they can demand answers just because they're uncomfortable. Again, the same theme repeats: entitlement, ignorance, and hostility toward a camera. The auditor uses humor and sarcasm, refusing to give information he's not legally required to provide. This drives them crazy, because compliance is what they expect, and denial exposes how little authority they actually have. Every insult, every outburst, every demand just reinforces a lesson. Feelings do not override rights.
Puddingtane.
Your name is what?
Puddingtane.
Puddingtine?
Puddingtane. Ask me again, I'll tell you the same.
He's that guy that wants to record all this bullshit to go put it on.
Record
Okay, I
what?
wanna
Record
make sure
what?
I'm
Dummies
saying-
like you? Yeah,
Okay,
absolutely.
I want to make sure I'm saying Puddingtine.
That's not his real
What's
name.
your name?
My name's Nunya. None your damn business.
Sir, I'm asking you your name.
I know what you're asking
Okay,
me.
but you're saying you got warrants out. So what's your name?
Oh, well, I say a lot of things.
Why are you being so...
So what?
I'm asking you for your name.
And I'm not giving it to you.
Well, you have to.
I don't. What's the law says I have to? You tell me the law. Did I say I got to identify myself? What law is that?
Go ahead.
What law is that? Hi, Karen.
It's not him. He won't tell me his name.
First Amendment down. Yes, 94 down. Yeah, they can pick us up.
It's not him.
So, chill out.
I'm cool with
I can tell you. I tell you a lot of things, dummy. I don't have to be truthful to you. You ain't nobody to me.
Listen.
Telephone top pass 42 hijack. This is my property.
Yeah. Well, make me get off your property. When I get on it, then you can do something. When I get on your property, then you can do something. Right now, you can just kiss it.
Things escalate verbally, but notice something important. The auditor never initiates force, threats, or unlawful behavior. He stands his ground with words alone. That's power. That's discipline. When police re-enter the scene, the dynamics shift again. Officers now recognize the auditor, acknowledge his platform, and attempt damage control. This is proof that cameras change behavior. Accountability only appears when exposure is possible. And that alone tells you how necessary this work is.
Yeah, exactly.
Badass right here, the police.
Hey.
Yeah, well, I was saying the same thing a while ago when they won't hear.
I'm right here.
I know you are.
Sir, let's go, sir.
Yeah.
Just trust me. Just step back. Step back. Step back up there.
Step back over there, please. How you doing, sir?
What's up, my man?
Sergeant Forbes.
I can't hear you.
I'm Sergeant Forbes, badge number 441.
Forbes?
Forbes. I just want to let you know, I watch your YouTube channel. You got a big YouTube channel and you got a big followers. So, only thing I'm going to ask you to do is...
You can't, listen, come on, don't give me the directives.
No, I'm not.
No, because you know how this is going to go.
I'm just
if
asking
you tell me directives, you know how this is going to go. It's going to go real bad.
Yeah, so I'm asking you.
No, you don't ask me. Come on.
Please be careful,
dude.
Of these cars
listen. If you see my channel, you know I'm a grown man. I've been walking the side of the road for years and years now. So why would you even say that, though?
Common courtesy.
But you shouldn't even say it. You know I know this.
So you don't want me to respect you?
No, you can respect me without giving me directives.
Okay, I apologize.
There you go.
I apologize.
Thank you.
All I was saying is just be careful.
I'm always careful. If they can't see my big ass, something wrong with them.
Come on, don't do yourself like that.
Come on, man.
Don't do yourself like that.
But I appreciate it though if you didn't explain to them.
And that's what I'm gonna go do.
Okay.
That's what I'm gonna go do.
Because they still people in the world that think we gotta have permission to record, man. I can't believe that.
I know.
Even you.
I know.
Well, I know you have.
Yeah, and then you was begging me for my ID, talking about you have to give it to me, all this bull.
One sergeant openly admits what many officers refuse to say on camera. People do not need permission to record. No ID, no explanation, no compliance theater, just rights. The auditor presses the issue of lying to police and explains the truth many don't understand. If you're not detained, you're not required to answer honestly. That's not disrespect. That's law. And watching officers struggle with that reality is exactly why these videos matter. Because ignorance of the law is dangerous, especially when paired with a badge.
You're saying you have warrants.
I say a lot of things.
Okay, but you can't tell an officer you got warrants.
I can tell anybody I got warrants. If I'm not arrested, hang on, let me explain to her. If I'm not arrested or detained, I can lie to you all day. Like, she might need a little bit more training.
We'll talk.
I'm just saying.
39, go ahead.
And this is where it all comes together. The narrator reminds us why this channel exists. Because too many officers either don't know the law, or worse, know it and choose to ignore it. Rights only work when people exercise them. Cameras only matter when they're turned on. And accountability only exists when the public demands it. So remember, you don't need permission to record. You don't need to answer questions. And you don't need to surrender your rights to make someone else comfortable. If you learned something today, do your part, subscribe, like, comment, and share. Because awareness is power, and the camera is your shield.